Following Sariputta. Summarizing the path. What if awakening weren't mysterious at all? What if it were careful, methodical, and exact, almost surgical in its precision? That is the question quietly posed by the Aunupadasutta, one of the most unusual and revealing discourses in the entire Pali canon. And at its center stands Sariputta, not as a mystic poet, but as the Buddha's supreme analyst of mind. The sutta does not tell a dramatic story. There is no sudden thunderclap of enlightenment. Instead, it offers something far more unsettling for the casual spiritual seeker. A step-by-step account of awakening as disciplined comprehension. Sariputta enters the first jhāna, and then something crucial happens. He does not cling to it. He does not romanticize it. He understands it. Applied thought, sustained thought, rapture, pleasure, each mental factor is known precisely as it arises, persists, and passes away. The state is experienced fully, yet seen clearly as conditioned. And so Sariputta moves on. The second jhana, the third, the fourth. Again and again, the same pattern repeats. Experience is not the goal. Understanding is. The sutta then carries Sariputta beyond the form jhanas into the formless attainments. Infinite space, infinite consciousness, nothingness, and finally, neither perception nor non-perception. These are states that, in many traditions, would be treated as final or absolute. But not here. Each is penetrated with the same sober clarity. This too is dependently arisen. This too is impermanent. This too is not self. What the Aunupadasutta makes unmistakably clear is that Sariputta does not awaken by ascending to the highest possible experience. He awakens by refusing to be fooled by experience, no matter how refined it becomes. Eventually, Sariputta enters the cessation of perception and feeling, and upon emerging, the taints are destroyed. Ignorance has nowhere left to hide. Liberation and wisdom arise together, not as separate achievements, but as two sides of the same realization. And then comes the Buddha's verdict. The Buddha publicly declares Sariputta to be foremost in wisdom among all his disciples. He compares him to a general capable of setting the wheel of Dhamma in motion, someone who understands the path so completely that he can guide others across it. This is not praise for mystical depth or charismatic presence. It is praise for clarity. The Aunupadasutta ends by redefining what great wisdom actually is. It is not obscurity. It is not transcendence for its own sake. It is the unflinching ability to see every aspect of experience, coarse or subtle, as conditioned, impermanent, and empty of self. Sariputta's awakening shows us something bracing and demanding. That liberation is not opposed to analysis, structure, or rigor. In fact, when properly directed, those very qualities become the path itself. And that, perhaps, is the final lesson of Sariputta. That awakening is not something vague we drift into, but something precise we learn to see.